Good morning, ladies and gents. Good morning and welcome to the Houghton Golf Club. My name is Andile Khumalo. I will be your host for the morning. This is a very special breakfast this morning where we're going to be spending some time discussing the current investment landscape in South Africa. I know if you're anything like me and you hold a few investment products, particularly equities, you're feeling a little bit down lately. Lots of red numbers, lots of arrows pointing the wrong way. Today we're going to talk about that with, of course, some specific reference to the ETF industry and to what extent is it changing, what are some of the dynamics around the world, and how we are doing as South Africa. And of course, a very special announcement that we're all going to be part of today of the launch of a very unique and specialist index asset manager that is backed by the good folks at Standard Bank, Stanlib, and Liberty. In the JSE today, as you may know, we have 78 ETFs that are listed. And these range from different asset classes. And of course, many are local and some of them are international. Investor preferences are different. Our goals are different. And as we'll learn from Adam a little bit later on, we're also quite different in our irrational behavior and how we make decisions. So this morning is a good time for us to sit back and reflect how the industry has come to where it is, and also to talk about where the future is going. Our hashtag for the morning is hashtag 1nvest. That is hashtag the number 1 and the letters NVEST. So you would read it as 1nvest, but it is actually 1nvest. So please use the hashtag if you'd like to share some of the highlights from this morning, things that you'd like to share for the people that are perhaps are not as fortunate as you are for being in the room. If you haven't been to Houghton Golf Club before, the bathrooms are literally out of this room all the way straight. That's where the golfing change rooms are, if you're looking for some adventure. If you want to practice your putting, that's downstairs. And the putting green is over there in case you want some inspiration. And if you are one of those people that don't like to live very long and you want to smoke, please don't do it here. We would like to live long. You can do it outside. You're more than welcome to smoke outside. And for those who rely on their cell phones for business, like most of us, please put them on silent for the remainder of the morning, just so that we don't disturb the program. I'm hoping, certainly as the drive of this morning, to get you out of here just after 10 a.m. so that we are able to enjoy even further refreshments in addition to the breakfast, and also some association, of course, as we get more and more information around the 1nvest proposition. But before we get going, let's hear from our hosts. You know that we are hosted both by the Business Day Financial Mail and also the team that's put this amazing proposition together, representing Standard Bank, Stanlib, and Liberty. And we're going to hear from both sides about why we are here. And then, of course, we'll get into a panel discussion where we've got some real experts on the topic of ETFs and also on the proposition that we have today. I'm looking forward to audience participation. Please make sure that when indeed we open it to the floor, you are ready with your questions and comments. Feel free to weigh in at any time as we go through the rest of the day. So please do put your hands together as we welcome on stage the man whose job it is to give us the latest and greatest business news every day. He's the editor of the Business Day, Mr. Lukhanyo Mnyanda.
Thank you for that, Andile, and welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us today. Always a bit nerve-wracking having to come and stand on stage after such an articulate man and such a I can never match what came before me, so I'm not going to try. So just to start with my own background. Actually, before I came back to Business Day, I used to cover asset management for Bloomberg, and I spent my last year of that covering a lot of the debate about passive active, which had become quite famous at the time through that famous Warren Buffett bet. And when you just have to pick up a copy of the FT or Wall Street Journal, you see how that massive shift in assets has happened. I think in a couple of years' time, I think in the US, their forecasting is going to be half-half between active and passive. And it's become a lot more like as Andile suggested, it's becoming also like a slightly bit more complicated than people ever assumed, because like looking some of the subject here, I was thinking behavioral science, But I think most people just assume you buy an ETF and you just sit there. That it doesn't require thinking, which obviously is quite a big, bad assumption. So I'm looking forward to hearing these discussions, and I'm sure you're going to be debunking a lot of those like inaccurate stereotypes about the nature of the industry. But without any further ado, I just wanted to thank the team from 1nvest for joining us in this in this exciting venture that you're going to be up to this morning. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be quite fascinating. And thank you very much again, and welcome. Thank you.
Short and sweet. Thank you very much, Lucanio, for that. Indeed, you are correct. I am told that in the United States, the ETF assets under management versus the mutual fund assets under management in 5 years' time will essentially be 50-50. In fact, I think the forecast is that ETF may slightly overlap the mutual funds. And we're going to hear a little bit later on in our panel how that will happen and why that would happen. What are the things that are driving all of the shifts?